Hey everybody, it's Jim. What the hell's going on? It says episode. Jim was drunk when he was making the setup for this. I don't know what's wrong with him. How's everybody doing? What the heck? Did I screw this up? Let me see. This is what happens when you put Jim in charge. Immigration Answers Show. Please join us for today's show at 3 p.m. Central. No, I didn't screw it up. It's 3 p.m. Central. You guys were all here at 2 o'clock. I don't know what's going on. Did I do something wrong? Isn't that funny? Well, here we are. I'll be here for the next hour answering your immigration questions. I see a couple of people in the waiting room. Let me go ahead. This is not episode 55 of the Immigration Answer Show. This is episode 515 of the Immigration Answer Show. I'll be here for the next hour trying to answer your immigration law related questions. A little bit out of sorts. Nobody's at the office today. We gave everyone off in observance of Martin Luther King Day. I hope you're doing something to help people less fortunate than you. I hope that Dr. King's message resonates with you and that eventually we get equality in this fine country of ours. YouTube says different. That's really weird because it should all be, maybe I made a mistake. Huh. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know. Well, here we are, and we're back. Robert is reminding me of all the good football that we saw this weekend, and we did see good football this weekend. Of course, whenever the Dallas Cowboys lose, it's a good day. Here is the link. Let me get that for you. Sorry, Jim's a little bit out of sorts today. It's probably because I'm traveling. I'm going to do a show tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central from the airport, 10 a.m. Central tomorrow. Here's the link to the waiting room so you can ask me a question. Ask me a question. What's going on, you guys? What are you doing? Yes, Spurs drew 2-2. What are you guys doing this weekend? Anything fun? Is everybody off work today? Are people working? What's going on? Here's the link. Let me copy that. There it is. Sorry, I'm so discombobulated. It's been sort of a crazy weekend. I was down in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I did that Saturday show from the softball stadium. Yeah, Robert, that'll be an early one, but I'm flying tomorrow, so I got to do it then, and I'll be doing it from the airport. I'll be in the airport like all morning because my son's got to go a little bit earlier than me, so I'm going first, and I'll do a show at 10, and then hopefully get on my plane to the Big Apple. And I almost missed a big mistake. It looks like I'm flying into LaGuardia and out of JFK, which is really strange. Really, really strange. All right. Here's an interesting question. Oh, yeah. Everyone down there, Robert, was sort of crazy about the new coach. They've hired a new coach already, the coach from Washington. So they were all really excited about that. Nor had a great camp. So they did defense, then they did classroom work, then they did a tour of the campus and golf carts, which she really liked, and then they did hitting. So she did really well hitting, especially. All right. So again, my name is Jim Hacking. This is the Immigration Answer Show. I'm an immigration lawyer practicing law throughout the United States, out of our offices in St. Louis, San Diego, and Washington, D.C. I also don't know how to set up a StreamYard, apparently, but there you go. All right. Barry's been waiting patiently while I've been rambling on. Hello, Barry.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm well. I like that hat.
Thank you.
What's up?
Oh, it's just lived my best life. Thank you.
That's what I'm talking about. Go ahead.
So anyway, there's a young lady I've been conversing with for the last 10 years. She lives in Kenya, and we've got hundreds, probably thousands of emails, WhatsApp. It's been on again, off again, because I just didn't trust her. It's a leap of faith almost. Let me turn my alarm off. I had it set up.
Right.
And but anyway, I'm planning on flying over there probably in late February, early March, and meeting her and the rest of her family. I've been talking to her. She has an uncle that lives in Dallas, and I've talked to him for the last 4 or 5 years, and I've never actually met him in person. So my question is, whenever I go over, should I marry her then and try to do a spousal when I come back, or should I go back a second time?
Have you met face to face yet?
Things. So.
Have you met face to face yet?
No, sir. Like I said, that's what I'm going to do is when I fly over.
It's the first time you've gone to visit her.
In person, yes. Like I said, we've been talking on and off for 10 years. And I've even provided some support and everything for her and her two children. They won't be coming. They're one of them will start college in the spring, and the other one's going to stay with her brother.
So if you're asking me, Jim, do you think a case is stronger if you get married on the first visit or the second or third? I definitely think it's better to not get married on the first visit.
Yes, sir. And or should I come back and just do a K1?
So I'm not a real big fan of K1s right now. And the reason for that is they are at the bottom of the pile as far as things the State Department thinks are important. And if they don't like the K1, they can play some tricks where they just sort of declare it void. So once USCIS approves it, it usually has a 4-month window where it's valid. The State Department usually extends that, but they have been picking certain cases that they don't like and saying, this case expired. Is there a big age gap between you?
20 years.
Yeah. See, I would not do a fiance. I would rather you, I mean, if you're going to do something and you only want to go visit once, I would get married at the end of this trip.
Okay. I can go again. It's no problem.
That's what I would do.
Okay.
I would go at least twice.
Okay.
Thanks, Barry.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
And I look forward to speaking with you again.
Awesome. See you, buddy. All right. We always like hearing from people more than once. Optimus is back. Speaking of people more than once, he's got his North Face hat on. How you doing, bud?
I'm good. Hi, Jim. Can you hear me? Yeah. I just wanted to update you and possibly get an insight from you. I submitted my RFE for the marriage evidence 2 days shy of a month. When I received it, was received December 15th. I submitted December. Well, my portal says it was delivered on December. They received it January 9th. Sorry. But now here's the kicker. My lawyer sent it out via Federal Express mail. And I didn't get a receipt notice from, like where they will acknowledge it from like the FedEx. But I checked my online portal and it was updated that they got it. Now I've been, I had to bring it up to my lawyer, like what's going on with you guys? On a hunch, I just checked my online portal and I saw that it was received. Now, my lawyer apologized and said, we're going to send out another copy if you want. So I'm just saying, I don't know how much of a concern it will be because if I do have an acknowledgement via the online portal, but I don't have one from like FedEx. I don't know if that's a concern.
What does FedEx say?
It was over this bad weather period. So I'm assuming that for some reason they delivered it, but they just didn't go back to, that's my theory. I'm not saying it's the right thing.
I'd be bothering the shit out of FedEx until I hear.
Yeah, but the portal says they have the evidence, they've received it. But I don't have a formal, like a receipt notice from like FedEx and say it was signed by this, received by this person or signed by this person. Mm-hmm. Now, my lawyer says if I want, I can have them send it over again. Well, sure. I said, well, if it's not going to cause any delay to the processing times, if you guys, I don't know what's going to happen, but, I don't know. So I'm just saying, what do you think?
I don't know. I think maybe check with USCIS and see if they acknowledge over the phone that they have it. If you have an online portal and them saying they received it, I think you're good.
Okay, no problem. No, that's fine. I have the message from the online portal that says we received your evidence, blah, blah, blah. I'm just saying the one from FedEx never, updated.
Yeah, I think you're fine.
Okay. How long do you reckon? It took me 2 days shy of a month that I sent it, but how long do you reckon I'll get any further information,
I mean, in my mind, it's usually 2 months, right? 2 months. If it's 1 month that it took you to reply, then it's usually double that. So I would say probably 2 months.
I could have sent it in a week, but I was just trying to put everything together. I've been diligent to putting it together, but there are some other parts in there to print this and put this together. I could have, done this thing because I didn't want to get this thing over with. It's too stressful.
You're almost there.
I'm hanging in there.
Hey, buddy.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. Yensi's here. Hello. You're on mute.
Sorry. Hi, how are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Good, I'm back. So I have a few questions. Sorry, that's my dog. My husband received an RFE for the I-864 from it, and it says it, it's very general. So it says that they couldn't determine if the petitioning sponsor was qualified. So, and that's our son 21, and stuff like that. We do have a sponsored, co-sponsored, and we sent everything from him from 3 years, tax records, W-2s, and still they sent a request for, evidence. So should we, what did I do with the question? Should the co-sponsor count his kids and his wife, even though they file separate, and she's the one who files for them. She files as that they're her dependents. So should we count them in his application, the wife and kids?
So let's back up. So you have a son who's over 21 who's filing for both of you or one of you or what?
Just my husband for now.
And when you submitted the original submission, did you include your son's tax returns for the last 3 years and his proof of income?
We did, except for the one. So 2022 and 2020, but 2021 he didn't file. He didn't have an exemption, but he just didn't file. So I'm pushing him to do it now. And then his W-2 forms for those 2 years.
Okay, so when you send them incomplete documentation from the primary sponsor, you're going to get an RFE and you're going to confuse them. So at a fundamental level, until you get them the 21 taxes, they're not going to move ahead with the case.
Okay.
Now, when you submitted the information from your son in the initial packet, did you also include the co-sponsor, or are you doing the co-sponsor now in response to the RFE?
No, we did. When we filed everything, we sent the co-sponsor's information, 3 years worth of taxes and W-2s. We sent everything because I didn't want an RFE, and they still sent it.
You got an RFE. So now what you're telling me too is very unusual. And if it's unusual for me, that means it's unusual for them. So what you're saying is, I have chosen a co-sponsor who is married and who files separately from his spouse, and his spouse lists her children or their children on the tax return.
Their children.
So that's fucked up. They don't like that. They don't like that. So I don't know if this co-sponsor is going to cut it. So I don't know if that RFE is because of your son or because of the co-sponsor, but that is a strange situation in which you're trying to use a co-sponsor who doesn't declare his kids on his taxes and file. Why do they file separately?
I believe, I don't know, but I believe it's because when they bought a house, right? And I believe that his credit score wasn't as good because he has student loans or one, and so he owes money. Maybe his credit score wasn't as good. So when they bought the house, I'm assuming they decided to do everything separate because the house is under her name. It's his kids. They've been married for, I don't know, 8-9 years, but they file separate. She's a nurse. He's a glazer. He does all the glass stuff, but they're good. It's just on paper. I don't know why they have chosen to file taxes separate.
Well, so here's what I'll say. I'm confused why they do it that way. You did your best to try to guess why they do it that way. But if I'm confused and you're confused, then USCIS is confused. So you probably need a different co-sponsor, or you need an I-864A from the spouse, and you need to include all the kids.
Okay, and one quick question. So my husband has deferred action, military deferred action. He has a work permit. It's about to expire. When they received the I-765 this time, right? They sent him a letter, but obviously that's not an extension, right? Because that's from a different case. Like it was military deferred action, not through his I-8 485.
So yes. What's the question?
So the question is, that letter doesn't work as an extension of his work permit, the one he has now, right?
Well, what did the letter say?
Well, it's just, it's just normal letters that say like that this is not proof and extension, but it's like a whole long letter. And his qualification is.
So it sounds like they're not working on his new 765 because you have confused them with the sponsor stuff. So yeah, I think you're right. That letter doesn't help you at all, and it doesn't apply to this case that you have on file based on your son.
Okay. So yeah, I guess that'll be all because I don't know what else to do. I'm just confused. He makes plenty of money, the co-sponsor. I mean, except for that, everything is good now. They're just waiting for that to make a decision on his case, and it's so frustrating because he makes $82,000 a year.
Yeah, but he plays games. But he plays games with his taxes, and they don't do that.
Yeah.
Well, what do you
All right,
mean?
thanks for the call.
Because they don't file together, and they don't like that. My husband is also like trying to figure out what to do.
So should we still use them at all?
I think you need a new co-sponsor, or you need to get her to be the co-sponsor. The 864A.
Yeah, so to add her income also, so like they show the whole family. Yeah.
Really?
Anyway.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Yep.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
So yeah, look who's back, our old friend.
It was good. Hello. I leave for Ecuador in 4 days, Friday. Unfortunately, it just came to my attention at the last second about the requirements on what's needed for the marriage ceremony and the things to take place legally and all of that. I'm wondering based on your experience, what is most commonly necessary in terms of the legalities for the marriage?
In Ecuador?
Well, foreign marriage, but I'm assuming it may apply.
Let's do this, okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to show you something. Can you see my screen?
I can see your screen.
Okay, hold on a second.
I can see your face.
Yeah, I'm still getting it. You are you're getting married in Ecuador, right?
Correct.
All right, here we go. All right, so the State Department has gone through country by country and said exactly what you need if you want to use documents from that government.
Yes.
So to get a marriage certificate, it costs $3 in Ecuador. That's not bad. It says the only acceptable, and acceptable spelled wrong. The only acceptable documents are the Inscripción de Matrimonio issued by the National Civil Registry, or the Acta de Matrimonio en Sede issued by the National Civil Registry, or the Libro de Matrimonis. So which one? Are you getting one of those?
I'm going to the matrimonial civil registry.
Mm-hmm. Good. It'll tell you exactly what it looks like. Okay. Can you see this? So what I did is I typed in visa reciprocity table and then Ecuador. So if you type that in, visa reciprocity, which is a weird word, RECIPROCITY, reciprocity, and then type in Ecuador, it'll take you right to here. And that's exactly what you need. It'll show you exactly what you have to get, where you get it, how much it costs, all that stuff.
Okay. I guess, all right.
I'll put a link in the comments too.
Okay. Yeah, it looks, I was asking some of my friends who live in Ecuador on some of the requirements based on the nationality, the national website. And when I look at the national website, it'll say certain things like my civil status in terms of whether or not I'm
yeah, I mean, in answer to your question, a lot of times these countries want you to get some certificate from your home state that says you're free to marry, right? So I don't know what the rules are in Ecuador for a U.S. citizen to get married there. You can look on I think the U.S. Embassy for Ecuador website should have that.
Yep. Well, I guess it might be a different website compared to the national website. But when I look at the foreign requirements and things of that nature, it'll say things like civil status. I have no idea. I live in the United States. I have no idea how to obtain any official status on whether or not I'm allowed to marry or anything like that.
Well, so what state do you live in?
Minnesota.
So you need to check with like the Minnesota Division of Vital Records or whatever the DMV is, and you have to look on the Minnesota website and figure out what are their rules to because each state does it differently.
All right. All right. So at the moment, in regards to the Hague Convention, the Hague Convention, I don't know how you pronounce it. I am
Hague.
in. All right. I am in the current process at the moment on obtaining a translated birth certificate, and after that, I'm gonna get it apostilled and things of that nature. I was hoping that would be all that would be necessary, but I'll have to make some extra phone calls and things of that nature before I leave.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to assume that would be the gist about all I would probably need.
Hopefully, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, I'll look on the link that you posted, and I'll backtrack on the website that you just brought up. Other than that, I'm at the restaurant right now with some of my friends who are from Ecuador who actually used to know my fiance. They bring to my attention some concerns that they have, and I guess it's worth mentioning right now with you before I leave this podcast. In the case of the manner that I bring my fiance over here, everything's all good and dandy with the marriage and all of that. What would happen if there was an unlikely scenario if she were to cheat on me, or if I were to cheat on her, or anything of that nature? And this applies to anyone else who's going through the situation that I'm going through as well.
So if somebody comes, so the route that you're going is the spouse route. So if she comes, that means shortly after she arrives, she'll have a green card, right? And once she has that green card, it's sort of hard to lose that green card, even if the U.S. citizen says you cheated on me, right? So, I mean, she'll still have to file an I-751 2 years later to show that she's still validly married to the U.S. citizen. But once you get that green card, you're sort of on a track to stay here unless something really goes wrong.
Right. Okay. All right. That sums up all of my questions. Thank you very much.
Bye, buddy. Safe travels if I don't talk to you before Friday.
Yes, valid.
See ya. All right. Falik Mama's here. Hello, Falik. I got you off camera. Go ahead, Falik. Falik, you gonna say something? I can't hear you. All right. Falik is out of here. Paul is here. Hello, Paul.
Hey, I was just about to text you.
How you doing?
Good, I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing just fine. Thank you.
Awesome. Hey, Jim. I got 2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, Happy New Year.
Of course. Happy New Year to you too.
Yeah. So my first question will be, I'm in the process of the I-130 and I-130A.
Mm-hmm.
I filed in November with my wife.
She's overseas.
Yeah, she's overseas.
Okay.
2 weeks out in November. So in December, the 3rd week in December, when I check on my USCIS online account, they said 2 weeks ain't no for a further decision to be made. So I was because I did my citizenship, it wasn't like that. So it was too quick. And I was like, well, something's wrong. And then after that, when I checked it again 2 weeks after, they didn't send no results, no decision, no approved notice. So when I checked it for the second time, it gave me 2 months for them to send the approved notice to me. And I don't know what was the problem. I kind of confused about that one. You think what may be the problem?
There's nothing to be confused about other than don't listen to the online updates. Those are always wrong.
Okay. And secondly, my second question would be, since we're in the process right now, do you think it makes sense for me to apply for a visiting visa for my wife to come and visit me and then go back since we're in the process?
You can, but most likely they won't give it to her. Has she ever applied before for one?
No.
So it's probably gonna be much easier for you to go there than for her to come here.
Oh, okay.
Usually once you've raised your hand and said, hey, my husband, a U.S. citizen, filed an I-130 petition for me, which you'd want to make sure she disclosed that on the DS-160. Otherwise, if she got it, that would cause trouble for the immigrant visa. So number one, you got to be really honest, and number two, once you're honest, then they're going to say you've already demonstrated immigrant intent. The purpose of a B1, B2 is a non-immigrant intent visa, and so we're not going to give it to you. So, most likely, no.
Okay.
But as long as she's honest, it's okay to try, but don't get your hopes up.
Okay. Well, I think it would be a good idea for me not to try it because I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to interrupt anything.
What embassy?
It's in Liberia. What's up?
Yep.
Yeah. The embassy there, they're very tough. Yeah. All right, Jim. Thank you so much. That's it.
Hi, Paul. See you, buddy.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You got it. Ranger had a question. Is the I-751 filed 2 years after the day you receive the green card or 2 years after the wedding day? So the way it works is, let's say you get your green card on February 1st, 2024. Then no later than February 1st, 2026, you have to file the I-751. So it's the start date on your green card, not the marriage date. And of course, you can apply 90 days early. 90 days early. All right. Edwin's here. Hello, Edwin.
Hey, Jim, how are you doing?
Great, man. How you doing?
All good, all nice. Say, Jim, so I got one question. It's like a random thought I had a few days ago. So I'm a permanent resident. I received my green card last year through the DD1 lottery program. And so when I did my interview to get the green card on the U.S. Embassy in Peru, where I'm living from, I declared no direct family in the U.S. because that's true. I don't have direct family. I have no spouse, no father, no mother, no sister, whatever. All my direct family lives in Peru. However, I do have a faraway cousin, like she's the daughter of the nephew of my grandfather, and she lives in Utah. And she's they don't need to care about that.
You mean you worried about it? Are you worried about it? Don't worry about it. Nobody can.
I didn't hear you well. It was on mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Don't worry about it. Totally fine. Nobody cares.
Oh, okay, perfect. Because I don't want to because of misrepresentation or something like that.
It's some niece of your grandfather. I think you're fine.
Yeah, perfect. And another cue. So this is pretty easy. So I'm actually right now in Peru. I've been visiting my family for a month and a half. I'm going back tomorrow to USA. It's my first time arriving to US as a green card holder. What should I do at the airport? I have never done it before.
That's great. So you'll just have your green card. Your passport's not about to expire, is it?
No. It's all fine.
And you get to go to the line with U.S. citizens and residents. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be much faster.
Oh, cool. Sounds cool. Perfect. That was all.
Congrats, man. See you, buddy.
Yeah.
Later. All right. Mamadou's here. Hello, Mamadou. Mamadou. Are you with us? Hello, Mamadou. All right. Mamadou is not here. Let's go to Alex. Hello, Alex. Are you with us? What's up, Alex?
Hey, what's up, Jim?
Hey, just real quick. Somebody named Olajay is trying to get me to bring them in, but they're not in the waiting room. You got to be in the waiting room first for me to bring
I'm doing good.
Go ahead, Alex.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Just too damn cold.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. I'm about to go to work. So, Jim, I don't want to take up too much time. I got a question for you. So I got a lawyer, right? But I don't even know if I did the right thing by getting a lawyer.
Okay.
So I filed my case October 2024. That's when I got the receipt date, right? And we filed concurrently. We filed all four documents: the I-130, the I-485, the I-130, and the one for the work authorization, right?
So not October 2024, because that hasn't happened yet.
No, October 2022. My bad.
2022. Okay, that's just I want to make sure. Okay.
So I got my work authorization last year, July. But now my I-131 is out of normal processing time, and I haven't gotten a response as it relates to my I-485 and my I-30. So, yeah, it's been like 14 months. I'm a bit concerned. I'm not sure if I should be concerned, but I thought that by now I'd probably get my my green card by now. I've been married to my wife going 3 years now. This year is going to be 3 years coming May. So I'm a bit concerned as to why the process is taking this long. Also, so my question is there something I can do on my end to speed up the process?
If you had an interview, what field office would you have it at?
Boston.
If you had to guess, why do you think they're taking so long on your case?
I have no idea, to be honest with you. I got an RFE in March, and no, I got an RFE in February 2023. We sent the documents in. The documents were received in March 28th, and I haven't gotten a response since then. I've gotten an email saying that, oh, we'll adjudicate your case and we'll tell you if you need a interview or they'll approve the case, but I haven't gotten anything. And today I got an email as it relates to my I-131 saying that because of something, like they're pretty much saying that they're overwhelmed with applications, pretty much in a nutshell. But my thing is there anything I can do on my end to somewhat speed up the process, given that it has been over 14 months?
What did they ask for in the RFE?
They asked for something. They said that my wife was not making enough money, but she's way over the threshold. That's what my lawyer said, at least. So I don't know what she sent in, but she sent something in.
Were you in status or out of status at the time?
I was out of status.
I think that's why they're just slow walking it to see if the marriage falls apart. I mean, we could sue them and get things moving. If it's been 16 months, that's too long. So we could sue them and get the thing moving if you want. But otherwise, I think you just have to wait.
Just wait. I guess, yeah. It's going to be 14 months, the 20th January. I'm just concerned,
I mean, Boston's a busy place, but there's some reason they're sitting on your case. Have you either been married before? Any age gaps?
No, never been married before, no.
How long were you out of status?
Probably like a year.
And did you come on a B1 or
I came on a B1.
From Jamaica?
Yeah, from Jamaica. Yeah.
B1. I would say if you haven't heard from them in another 2 months, call me back and then maybe we can sue them.
Got you. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just concerned. Thanks a lot, though, Jim. Appreciate it.
Alex. See you, buddy. Thanks for the call. Yeah, for sure. Ron Vijay Singh is here. Hello, Ron Vijay.
Hi, Jim. Few quick questions. First is, it's pretty interesting question, though. My father filed for me in 2017 under F2B, unmarried sons and daughters of green card holders. And then he turned into a citizen in 2022, which moved me into the F1 category. Now I leverage CSPA to retain my F2B, but seems like in order for me to expedite my processing, I would have to get into the F1 category again. Can I go back to the F1 category? Can I request USCIS and say that now he's a citizen, can you please process me under the F1 category?
Okay, so let's back up. So when Dad filed the I-130, how old were you?
I was over 21, and it was 2017 when they filed for my I-130.
Okay, and then he became a U.S. citizen after your F2B was on file.
Exactly.
Has the F2B been approved?
Oh yeah, he's a U.S. citizen now, and my I-130 has been approved.
Right. So, did the I-130 get approved before he became a citizen or after?
Before he became a citizen, 2021, my I-130 was approved.
Okay. And have you gotten married?
No.
Why do you want to? Why is the F1 category ahead of F2B?
Yes, for filing, it's ahead of F2B.
Well, with filing, you already filed though. That doesn't matter.
Filing as in my 485.
Hold on a second. I'm going to pull up the visa bulletin. What country are you from?
India.
Okay. Oh, okay. So you haven't filed your 45 yet?
Correct.
Got it. Okay. So.
But I would like to file my 45 because I'm already in America, and that would, initiate my processing.
Wait. Hold on. Did you say you're in the United States?
Yes.
In valid status?
Correct.
Okay. Not on a B1, I hope.
I'm sorry?
Not on a B1, B2?
No, not on a B1, B2.
Okay. All right. So So right now, what is USCIS characterizing you as? F2B?
F2B. Yes.
Okay. And F2B, they're working on cases from January of 2017
Yes.
for filing.
Hmm.
And so the question is, can you ask that your case be kept in F2B instead of F1 because those cases have a later priority date? They're further along.
That was the initial ask, and it was agreed upon by the USCIS. Now I would like to switch back to F1 because it has a faster processing as compared to F2B.
So after they said yes, did you then file the 45?
I haven't filed a 45 yet.
So why would you ask to get it sent back now if the prior? Oh, is your dad's priority date for F1 now current?
Yes.
Okay. Why didn't you file right away?
Because at that time F1 was not current. Now it's current.
So these are the joys of retrogression in the visa bulletin. Okay, all right. So you're just asking me, Jim, a very simple question. Can I just bounce back to the other category?
Precisely.
Because on the back end, you think that one will get done faster because they're on. Well, but they're on 2014 versus F2B's on 2015.
Yes. No, F1 is 2015.
Sorry, I'm not looking at India. Sorry. Yeah, India's the same.
Yes.
F2B and F1 are the same for all countries. Well, for India and the main countries.
Correct.
What are you trying to do? I don't understand.
I want to get in, so I would like to file my 485. Now under F2B, it will be a 7-month wait. But if I come under the F1 category today, I am eligible to file my 485, adjustment of status application then.
I guess what's your priority date? That's going to make my life easier.
In June.
June of
20th June 2017.
June 20th, 2017. Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. So as we sit here right now, you can't file for the 45 for either category.
Correct.
And you've just been bouncing back and forth with them, asking them to categorize you as F2B or F1.
Yeah, that was only done once, and I leveraged CSPA for it to retain my date. But seems like F2B is slow. It hasn't moved in 2 years.
Right. Got it. But F1s are moving.
Correct.
So if you're asking me, Jim, can I send USCIS a letter and ask them to recategorize me as F1? Yes, you can. Whether they'll do it or not, I don't know. I haven't had someone ask twice. We've only ever done it once. So I think it's worth a shot. I think they might even let you do it, but I don't know for sure.
That makes sense. Also, a basic question. Let's say I'm filing for my adjustment of status. I can file for I-765 along with that in the F1 and F2B category both, right?
If they're current, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you sure can.
Also, okay. And that would be C9 on the I-765 form, the category?
I'd have to look it up before I filed it. I don't know.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I think so. Adjustment. Yeah, C9. Yep.
Adjustment of status.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Jim.
One last thing.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like you might be on an H-1B. If you're on your H-1B, I try to keep it even while you're going through it.
I am not, but hopefully this year, if it gets picked up, that'd be awesome.
Thanks.
I do have an interesting situation, though. Thank you. I'll keep you posted.
See you, buddy.
Take care.
All right. The general is in the house. Hello, General. You're on mute.
Hello, Jim.
Hello, General.
Yes, so thank you for everything.
Sure.
Yeah, do you think I have my family, they went to the interview in my country, my home country, Ivory Coast, and my spouse with my 3 boys, and the 3 boy got approved. I had a newborn that was 1 month because I'm a U.S. citizen now. He got a U.S. passport also. also, but they asked 601 waiver to my spouse. Do you think that can be? And she never applied for any. She never applied. She never tried to come in United States. She haven't done any crime in my home country.
Why does she need a waiver?
And when we asked the USNBC, after emailed them a bunch of time, they say that the waiver they wasn't the one requesting, that he was requesting. The officer said that the waiver was requested by USCIS.
So your wife has your wife ever been to the United States?
She even never.
Are you there, General? Something happened.
Yes,
There you go.
I'm here.
Sorry about that. Okay. So is that your family? Is that your beautiful family right over your shoulder? That's a great picture.
Yes, my spouse and.
Nice. So, okay. So let's back up. So you're a U.S. citizen, right?
Yes.
What country are you from? Ivory Coast. Yeah. And so how did you get your green card?
I was married before.
Okay. So you what kind of a visa how did you come to the United States? Did you come on an immigrant visa, a non-immigrant visa, or what?
Yeah, I came here with a P3 visa, like a culture exchange, because I'm a musician.
And then you married a U.S. citizen?
Yeah.
And were you married to that woman back home before or no?
No, we had because as a musician, I was traveling a lot. So we had 2 kids together, but she lived with her family, and I was living with a friend at that time. I didn't have the money to live with any woman, so but we had children together.
So I'm just going to call your wife back home in Ivory Coast. I'm going to call her Mary, okay?
Yeah.
So you and Mary have 2 kids. You come to the United States, and you were never when you applied for your visit visa. Did you say that you were married or single?
I say I had a girlfriend, but I didn't say I was married.
And did you fill out the DS-160 yourself, or did you hire somebody to do it?
At that time, I was not speaking English. We hired somebody to fill out.
Do you have a copy of your DS-160?
No, it's been 8-9 years now.
Okay. So then you marry a U.S. citizen. They apply for a green card for you. You get your green card. Then you get the conditions removed, and then you get your citizenship.
Yeah.
And then you go back to Ivory Coast and marry the mother of your children.
Yeah.
You get the I-130 approved, right?
Yes. The I-130 was approved.
Hold on. When you applied for Mary back in Ivory Coast, were you a green card holder or a U.S. citizen?
I was 10-year green card holder.
Yeah.
And then 1 year, it was in 2020. And in 22 March, I became U.S. citizen.
So you applied on the 5-year rule for citizenship?
Yes. I was already divorced.
So when you went to your citizenship interview, were you already married to Mary back in Ivory Coast or no?
Yes.
Had you applied for Mary yet?
Yeah, she was already, I applied for her in July 20.
What was the date of your marriage to the American lady?
That was in 2016.
Right. So there's a rule there's a 4-year look back that if a green card holder applies for a new spouse after they themselves got a green card, I think that's probably why she needs that waiver you mentioned.
Okay. So because I was wondering, she never did anything wrong. Why they?
No, it's not her. It's you, brother.
It is me.
It's you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So here's the question. Like, if you had come to us, we would have told you, wait, General, until you become a citizen to apply for Mary.
Mm.
And what I don't know, but I could research, is now that the general is a U.S. citizen, is that forgiven, or does the general need to file a new I-130 for his wife? That's the question. Or is the waiver approvable?
Yeah, the officers say that the only way that to handle this situation is to file for waiver.
Maybe.
Wait.
Maybe that's one way. I don't think that's true. Because here's the thing you have to understand. And just so you know, General, we are talking about a very, very technical legal issue. Okay, it's very technical.
Yes.
And I haven't looked at it in a while, but my recollection is that the regulation says that they can't issue this green card to marry, an immigrant visa to marry, if you were a green card holder and you applied for her around at the 4-year mark of your marriage to the American citizen. But and there's case law that says once you become a citizen, it's okay. But I don't know if that rule applies when you apply before you file the I-130 before you become your citizen. That's the thing. So I think that you may need a waiver and you may want to go that route, but that might just take forever. You might just have to file a new I-130. I don't know. But this is the holdup.
So even because it's been 1 month, I sent the waiver in.
Well, so what did the waiver? So this is a special kind of waiver. It's not a regular. I mean, it's a 601 waiver, but it's still a special kind of waiver. What did they ask you? Were they asking about hardship and stuff? Is that what you had to work on?
Yeah, because I have I'm a single dad now with my 3 boys here, 8 years, 12 years, 8 years, and 4 years. So
did you have a lawyer do that, or did you do it by yourself?
I have a lawyer here in my town that helped me do it.
So what's your question for me?
Okay, so you already answered Lara, because my question was, why did she never did anything? Why they?
It's that rule, that 4-year rule.
Okay, and then now the fact that we already applied for a waiver, I'm wondering if I can still send the I-130 in. Hey, attendez.
A new one?
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea. And here's the other thing. I think even though you're a citizen, I'd be a little bit worried about what's going on with your wife's case. If I were your lawyer, I would do a FOIA request on your whole USCIS file, yours yourself, and on your wife's, and on the State Department's, because they could go back and look at that DS-160, and if the person that helped you when you didn't speak a lot of English fill out that thing said that you were married to me. See, the problem is when you have babies with a lady, they think that was your real wife the whole time, that you had 2 wives, one in America who you married to get a green card, and married back home who you're actually having babies with. So I'd be thinking very defensively, and I'd be worried about you, and I'd be wanting to go back and make sure that we're not going to lose your citizenship by pushing this case with Mary. Even though I know you need her here, we all need to understand, because right now it sounds like they know stuff that I don't know, and I always hate that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So you should talk to your lawyer about doing a FOIA, a Freedom of Information Act FOIA, on your entire alien file, your wife's alien file, and most importantly, to the State Department and the embassy in Ivory Coast to see what was on your DS-160.
Okay.
All right?
All right. Thank you so much.
Bye, General. See you, buddy.
Thank you.
That was a good question. That was tricky. That's something that always interests me. There's little areas of immigration law, little nuances that we get because of the show and because of the office, that we come across these little wrinkles. And I always like it when I find, so one thing you have to understand is Congress writes the laws, and then the president, the executive branch, interprets the laws and enforces the laws, right? Well, sometimes the law as written says something different than the regulations, right? So, for instance, if I'm remembering this correctly, the law says you can't. Yeah, that's what it is. You can't sponsor wife number 2 back in the old country if you still have your green card. Actually, it says you can, but you have to prove by clear and convincing evidence, right? So that's why I don't even know if he needs a waiver. Basically, what I'm saying is USCIS, as they are wont to do, likes to find ways to say no. So if they can interpret the law very harshly on the immigrant, sometimes they do it, and the way that they interpret the law doesn't match the actual legislation, and that's when you really get to fight with them, because it's sort of like that issue that I talk about sometimes on the show where there's that question about asylum seekers. If they applied for asylum in those first 6 months and they couldn't get an adjudication through no fault of their own, right? I just downloaded a law review article to read on the plane tomorrow, just on that little issue. Through no fault of their own, through no fault of their own. 6 words. So a whole case or a whole category of people may be able to get an immigration benefit when USCIS says that they're not, but it's because they're interpreting the law too strictly and too much against the immigrants. I love that shit because it's really interesting. It's really interesting. So hopefully the general can sort that stuff out. I think that's an interesting case, and I think he's been on before. I like him a lot. He's a nice dude. All right, Yasir is here. Hi, Yasir.
Hey, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah, how you doing?
Doing good, doing good. So, my question for you is that I applied for my wife. I'm a U.S. citizen, born here in the States, and I applied for my wife back in October, and then we got our I-130 approved, but there was an error on line 60 where they sent me an I-824 form, in which I sent in at the end of September.
So in other words, they thought she was here in the United States, but they said you needed to fill out an I-24 to get them to send the case to the National Visa Center?
I-824 for the National Visa Center. That is correct, yes.
Okay. So what's the question?
Hello? Sorry, I'm having some internet issues. I apologize.
That's okay. What's the question?
So my question now is there any way to expedite the I-824 form, or is there anything I can do or anything I should do right now? Should I just wait? Should I start over with the I-130?
What's the receipt date?
I'm sorry?
What was the receipt date on the I-824?
So the I-824 C date, when they received it, was September 29th of 2023.
Okay. So when did you originally file the I-130?
October 10th of 2022.
Well, so September to now, it's really only 4 months. So, I mean,
Yeah.
these are also, I-24s are also something else that go to the bottom of the pile. I think it's ridiculous that people have to pay a form and fill out a form and pay a fee to get them to send it to the right place. Was it your mistake or their mistake?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? Had a bad connection.
Was the reason that the case did not go to the National Visa Center, was it your fault or their fault?
I filled in a line on 62 and I shouldn't have, apparently. I wasn't aware of that.
So I'd give them a few more months. I'd say if more than 6 months go by, or even if you get to 2 years from the date you filed the I-130, what I would do for you is I would sue the State Department, sue USCIS, not so much because we want to fight with them, but more because we just want them to send the case. Like I can get them to send the case to the National Visa Center faster, but it's going to cost you $5,000 to do it. So I don't know if you want to do that, but if 3 more months go by, 2 or 3 more months, then we could do that.
So I'll pay you $5,000 and you can get it sent to them, to the National Visa Center?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, and after that, what are the next steps I need to be aware of?
Then you're just dealing with NVC like you would have if they'd sent it over there properly. I mean, we could take over the case for you and handle that part too, but that'd be separate. That'd be different. But, you know, right now you just want to get in the ball game. You're out of the ball game right now. You're just in limbo holding it.
Yeah.
I think I saw the other day that the average wait time on I-24s is 12 months. I don't know. People in the comments probably know better than I do.
No,
yeah.
that is correct. It is 12
Yeah.
months. It's in the Texas Service Center right now, and it is about 12 months, is what they're saying.
Sorry, bro. Just let me know whenever you're ready, okay?
So, just what? Wait 6 months in and then sue them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then from there it goes to the National Visa Center. Okay.
And then you're back in business.
Okay, and how long does that process take to sue them and all that stuff?
Islamabad, India, what?
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh, yeah. So that's 16 months here at National Visa Center.
Wait, so if I hire you to sue them, how long will that take to get it to the National Visa Center?
That'll take 2 or 3 months.
Okay, so...
But then you have 16 months. I mean, Bangladesh is one of the slowest embassies we hear about. So I would say 16 to 20 months, something like that.
On top of the waiting they've already done?
Correct.
Damn, that's crazy.
I know. I'm sorry.
Wow. Okay, well, thank you for your time, man. I appreciate it.
Bye, Yasir. See you, buddy. All right. Oli Joy is here.
Oh, thank you, Lord. So I have one question, but it has too many conversation, too many explanation. 2020, I got married to my wife with a fake divorce. I didn't know it was a fake divorce until 2022 when I wanted to apply. Then my lawyer told me that he has seen a lot of divorces like that. I should go get it verified.
Nigeria or Ghana or what?
Nigeria. So I got it verified. It was fake. And he told me to go get another divorce. So I contacted my ex-wife. We got a divorce done. And I gave it to my lawyer. So I was expecting that as a lawyer, you're supposed to use the new divorce I gave you. Instead, he put in both the fake divorce and the original divorce. He sent both in. So when he sent me my own file, I saw it. I was like, why did you put in both divorce? This is not how it's supposed to be. But at the end of the day, I got denied because of my sponsor wasn't making enough money.
Denied?
So, yeah. I got denied because of I couldn't get a co-sponsor. My wife is not making good money, and my sponsor also. So when I wanted to reapply, my lawyer was telling me, "Oh, you got to reapply quick, so you won't get a notice to appear in court and all of that." So I got scared. I was like, "No, I can't use this lawyer anymore." So I had to go and use another lawyer. So the second lawyer that I was using told me, first of all, your marriage is invalid. You got married with a fake divorce. You now even do original divorce. Being married, your marriage is invalid. So what I did was...
Can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
So fake divorce.
Yeah.
If we're looking at the chronology, what was the date of the fake divorce?
2028. No, 2028. Yeah.
You mean 2018?
2018, meant to say.
Yeah. And then what's the date of your marriage to the U.S. citizen?
2020.
And then what's the date of the real divorce?
2022.
Yeah, your second lawyer is right. That first lawyer is a fuckhead.
So
now, right. Your marriage to person number 2 isn't if you submitted the marriage. Oh my God! So you're telling me that this lawyer
submitted the fake divorce after he told me it is fake,
and the marriage license and the new divorce,
yes,
even though
sir.
the new divorce was after the marriage.
Yes, sir. So when I met my new lawyer, he told me some states get approved with customary court divorce, some don't. So what I did was I had to do a divorce here in America, a fresh divorce. I got married to my wife again with the same name. Thank you, sir. I got married to my wife again and applied freshly. Unfortunately, last week, my first lawyer called me and told me USCIS sent a letter to him that I should come for interview for my old application that was denied, which is the I-130.
Okay.
So my new lawyer told me, I sent the letter to my new lawyer. He told me the reason why they want me to come for the interview is to come and explain where I got the fake divorce from. Mm-hmm. So my question is, I want to know if my new application is good, if my fake divorce is not going to affect the new application.
Well, the fake divorce wouldn't have affected it if lawyer number one hadn't sent it to them, because if it's a fake divorce, then it's no divorce at all, so it never should have been sent.
Yes.
So, I mean, to me, the fact that this lawyer has been such an idiot actually sort of builds your credibility, because what kind of a fool would send in? I mean, at least the good thing is you never sent in a fake divorce decree claiming that it was a valid divorce, right?
No.
So, I mean, is lawyer number two going to go with you to?
Yes, she told me not to worry, that our mission is to go there and tell them they want to withdraw the first one.
Yeah, I think that's fine. What field office?
Philadelphia field office.
Yeah.
But she told me if they refuse to withdraw it, I should just tell them the truth, how I got the fake divorce.
I mean, you didn't do anything. You didn't know it was fake until your
No,
lawyer.
I never knew. If I knew, I don't think I would want to jeopardize my future in this country.
I gotcha. Okay.
So am I good with the new application, sir?
Inshallah, I think so. I hope so.
I hope so. Okay, no problem. That's my question, sir.
All right, bye, Ola Joey. See you, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, bye. Annie's asking if we take clients in Southern Cal. Robert did us a solid and said we do handle cases right there in all of Southern California, but all of California. And because immigration is nationwide, we handle stuff all over the country. All right, like I said, tomorrow's show, 10 a.m. Central, early bird special. Get some coffee. That'll be 11 o'clock Eastern, and that'll be, as Robert said, 8 a.m. Pacific. We'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll go for the full hour from the airport. Hope to see you then. Hopefully my flight will not be canceled. Hopefully you guys all have a good night. If you got 60 seconds and you can leave us a quick review, go to reviewhackinglaw.com. Again, my name is Jim Hacking. You can reach us if you want to hire our firm at 314-961-8200 or email us info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. Like I said, I'll be back tomorrow at 10. And then I think we're going to do a show on Wednesday, and that'll be it for the week because I'm traveling on the back end of the week. So join us tomorrow or join us on Wednesday. We'll see you then. Bye, guys.